All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Chris Nelson with RV Bass coming at you today with a fishing report for early March. I was out on Folsom yesterday. Today's Sunday. I was out on Folsom yesterday, which would be Saturday, and we're just going to run through the lake conditions, the ramp conditions, obviously what I caught them on, and then kind of what I'm assuming that we should be catching them on here come springtime and when the fish get ready to start doing their thing. So let's get into it. As far as lake conditions, the lake level is at 431. We're still able to use that north stage 4 launch ramp. I will say, and I will caution everybody, there's only one dock in the water, so be careful, be kind and be courteous. There's ski boats out, everybody's out right now. The sun's out, temperatures are getting a little bit warm, and everybody wants to bring their boat out to the lake. So it's not just us fishermen that are going to be out on the lake. Now, as far as weather conditions, when I was out there on Saturday, wind-wise, morning was pretty windy. Kind of calmed down a little bit. I'm gonna guess within, we were getting about 8 to 10 mile an hour winds in the morning. Coming out of the east, and in the afternoon, probably a good 10 mile an hour wind coming out of the west. Nothing too crazy though, wasn't white capping or anything like that. Perfectly safe. I felt fine out there. Used my Lowrance Ghost to spot lock, so it was no big deal. As far as the weather, clear skies, not a cloud in the sky, perfect weather for Northern California. Temperature wise, when I launched, it was about 45 degrees, and when I got off the water I was looking at about 62 degrees. So not a big temperature swing, definitely a lot cooler than what it was a couple weeks ago. And we do have a front coming in this week, so starting on Tuesday I believe we're going to get some more water. Now just keep in mind, obviously stage 4 north is open on the ramps, and I believe they call it stage 2, which is that that lower parking lot area. That's open as well. No docks in the water though. In terms of water clarity, main body, surprisingly the main body was a little bit dirtier than what I was thinking. It's still in that 6 to 8 foot range, and I'm just gauging on like the leader that I have. And then I shot up the north arm and went all the way up near Rattlesnake, and that they're getting into starting to become a little gin clear up there. So I liked it. I definitely caught more of my fish up the north arm. But let's get into water temperature. As far as water temperature goes, it hovered around from 50 degrees at the beginning of the day to maybe touching 53. I know there's a big tournament out there, I think high school tournament today. My guess is that they probably caught them pretty good. Those water temps they're not as high as they were 2 weeks ago during that warming trend, but they're getting back up there, and eventually the fish are going to start doing their thing. So let's talk about what I caught them on and the setups I was using. So first and foremost, I ended up catching probably around 10 to 12 fish. I got on a good school there. First fish came on this Cool Baits underspin, 3/8, naked head, gold blade, paired with your G-Rat thin swim. And again, I'm throwing that on a Dobbins 734 Champion XP. Got it paired with a Shimano Corrado, and I'm throwing it on 15-pound straight fluorocarbon. That's going to be Sunline Sniper. So again, slow rolling this thing. This one, I think I found the only fish that, bass that would bite an underspin yesterday for me, but that's always a great bite to get on. And obviously I mentioned the G-Rat. G-Rat's making the 4-inch thin swims, and they got these smaller ones, which are the 3 1/4 thin swims. These are great little tiny swim baits there, but hey, you can't go wrong when you're throwing an underspin. 3.8 Kitech in whatever color you have confidence in. This is like my emergency kit in terms of underspins. I love throwing a 3.8 Kitech on an underspin out there. But these new G-Rat ones, they seem to be pretty good, and obviously the spotted bass out there think so as well. All right, so honestly, the fishing was pretty tough for me most of the day out there. I ran a bunch of, I'm not going to say old spots, but I guess I will. They were old spots that I hadn't been to in probably maybe 8 months. And I ended up just tying on a simple Ned rig and just bouncing it off the bottom. You can see this Ned head, and this is the Z-Man Z-Lock Shrooms Ned head. It's a 1/4 ounce paired with a RoboWorm 3-inch Ned floater. This is an MM3. And again, I'm just slowly pulling those over rocks. Kind of surprised me. I thought that the fish would be a little bit more active yesterday. The ones that I was finding and where I was fishing, I really had to drag it on the bottom. And that's just the bite they were on, right? Sometimes you got to throw on the old Ned rig and do some work, and heck, I put 11 fish in the boat on the Ned rig there. Again, I have that paired up with the Dobbins Champion XP 733 spinning reel. I got 12-pound Sunline braid, this orange braid, to a 10-pound Seagar Abrazex line. Absolutely love it. Again, this is the Shimano 300 HD Marvel. I can link all the products that I'm talking about down below in the description. Feel free to click on the links, or at least I'll show you, where you can go to get those products. And again, RoboWorm makes a great Ned rig product here. We got the MM3 here. You got their version of a black and blue. It's called Midnight. And then obviously, in my opinion, one of the go-tos here as well is the Prism Shad. So RoboWorm, I threw one all day and just kept putting that thing on the Ned head. So obviously they're durable, and it's a perfect emergency kit in my opinion. All right, now that we know what I caught them on, what are they gonna be biting, or what should I be throwing going into spring? First and foremost, tie on a spinnerbait, classic, white and chartreuse, depending on the watercolor. But right now, you can go burn some bank. You can get it through some bushes. That water, if they add another 10 to 20 feet, it's going to be up in the trees. It's going to be a beautiful spring on Folsom. And then don't forget the old Senko. Personally, surprisingly, I have not caught a Senko fish out on Folsom in quite some time. And that's just because I'm playing out, not throwing it. But this is your 5-inch Gary Yamamoto Senko, and your favorite green pumpkin color, or whatever you have confidence in, whether it's purple flake, purple green flake, black flake. The Yamamoto Senko is going to be a game player out there shortly, if it isn't already. Also, obviously a swimmer. Something like, this Bass Mafia swim bait here. That's a great one. G-Rap makes the Executioner here. I believe they're coming out in a bunch of different sizes. They make a top hook one, and they make it weedless. Same thing with Bass Mafia. And then obviously the tried and true, the Mag Draft. Whatever size you have confidence in. In my opinion, if you are going to throw a spinnerbait in an area, you can throw the Mag Draft in that area. So, those big largemouth are going to be going shallow, and they're going to be getting ready to do their thing. And a 6-inch, 7-inch swimmer is a perfect way to attack them with. All right, well, I think that about wraps it up, guys. Again, thanks for watching. All the content, or the descriptions to all the products, will be linked down below. What I'll also do is I'll link the websites, both websites, the Folsom Lake Ramp website that lets you know what ramps are open, or at least what elevations they open at. And then I believe it's USGS runs the elevations on what the inflows, outflows, and the lake elevation. So you can use those two websites to kind of determine what ramps are going to be open at what time. And again, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate it, and we'll catch you on the next one. We'll see you.